Why will a man walk away from his marriage after many years of spending life together? In this video, we are going to discuss together seven reasons why men that walked away from their marriage, what could be responsible, 99% of their reason why they made up their mind to leave. I will not forget to introduce myself for those that are just seeing me for the first time. I am Debbie Good News. Welcome to my channel, and for my old subscribers, I love you guys and will always appreciate you. Please, if you're watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe. You could do it now before you forget. Most times we wonder why a man will walk away from his marriage after many years of being married, after many years of spending time together, after many years of bearing children, and he could just wake up and do such a horrible behavior and actions against the wife or against the family. So many things might be responsible to it. In this video, we're going to be discussing 7 reasons why. And what are those things that are mostly responsible to those behaviors? Before I go on, I want to make a disclaimer. Those reasons does not justify the fact that some men, I want to use a bad word, can be stupid and selfish and don't have a genuine reason for betraying a wife that have worked together with them for many years, living together. They could still do this. But in the other hand, we want to talk about some facts responsible to some men who have taken such drastic decision. What could be responsible and why? One of the reasons responsible to this behavior is 1, control. Men don't like to control them. Men are naturally created and built in their mind, in their brain, not to be controlled by anybody. Naturally, a man sees himself as a king. And if a man, whoever, no matter the class and qualifications of that man, whether educated or non-educated, they don't like to be controlled. So we women, if we are married, if you are married, and you happen to be in the character of controlling your husband, he will not like it. And if certain situation made him not able to complain, but to agree to whatever you say, I am telling you that someday, one day, when he gets opportunity, he wants to pull out from being controlled by you. But I want to tell you something. You can still control your husband without him knowing it, that you are controlling him. That is where wisdom comes in. As a woman, we are known to be wise. You don't want to control your husband. They don't like to be controlled. Men who are controlled by their wife, one day it will burst and they will say no. And when it happens, the only thing they think of every day is how to go away from you being controlling them. And where are they going to? Out of the marriage. If they can't stop you from controlling them, retrieving their self-ego of being the king, they are going to think about going out of you, which is going out of the marriage. And that is when leaving the marriage happens. So you can control your husband with wisdom, even without him knowing that you are controlling him. How may you do this? When you're making a decision, please involve your husband in every decision you're making. Seek his opinion. Even if he is slow, he is the type that may not come up with most obvious wise reason or thought at a time to satisfy you, you can still come up with a great idea of what you want him to do and throw it to him. Let him look at it, tell him what politely, reasonably, humbly, give him your idea and let him make decision on that idea to yes or no. And you must have made a ground opportunity for him to see reason why that is a good idea. And at the same time, he is using it as a great idea coming from him that he supported and tell you to go ahead. He is the head and he is feeling on top. But when you come up with the idea, go ahead in doing it, feeling you are in control, probably you are the top financially, you are controlling him and not getting him involved. If you are on top of things, I mean financially more higher than him, or have more education, higher influence more than him, and you do things, everybody knows. Your children knows that you're higher, you're more on top of things more than him. Your family knows, your friends knows, his friends know, his own family knows, people around knows. They don't feel comfortable with that, and you don't put a man in such situation. Most women are a victim to this behavior, and that ruins their marriage. It is a bad behavior. Always put your husband on top of things. No matter who you are, no matter your class, no matter your level, no matter how educated you are, you cannot be more than your husband. A man remains a man. They are the head. You and I, we are just the neck. But remember that wisdom comes in because you are the neck. If you use your wisdom, you will realize that the head, like I'm rolling it, cannot turn without the neck. You see, I'm rolling my head, but my head is under the neck. If my neck is stiff, I can only be moving like a rubber, but in line with you. You see, everything line together and work together. That is why you and him should always work together. So two of you can move freely and look at what you people want to look at and turn at the same time when you guys want to turn around. So when you move together like this, marriage works well and works sweet. So use your wisdom to always work with him. You don't want to control him because you shouldn't. When you try to do that, it could backfire. And when it backfires, that is when it happens. The man is leaving because he don't want to be controlled. He want to be free as the man. Do your best and leave the rest for God. If you're wise, you will realize that the head can only move when the neck moves. So what am I talking about? You are still controlling the head, but you're not the head. The head moves by himself because he's the head, and the head is always greater and bigger than the neck. Does it make sense? So what I'm talking about is this. You can still control your head, which is your husband, without him realizing that without you, he can move his head. At the same time, he is free to move his head. Number 2 will be sex. You will say sex again. How is sex the problem? Yes. Do you know that many marriages has crashed because of sex? And they are not able to tell the court the truth. They are not able to tell their families the truth that the main problem is sex. Sex, yes. It's a big deal, especially to men. It is a big deal. He married you, yes, not because of sex, but the fact is that he married you because of sex. Because if not, he can always get what he wants anyway. Or if he don't need that, he should be okay with his family, with his mother, with his sisters, with his friends, with family members, cousins and all that, with friends around him. But what makes you unique is because you are his wife that he have intimacy with. You don't want to deprive your husband that. It will ruin your marriage, most obviously. Most women are in the character that every little thing, they punish their husband with sex. You might be lucky if you don't have an aggressive person, because if not, he will do anything to get himself satisfied. Whose fault? You. You want to take this very serious as it is with men. Your man is aggressive with sex. Every man is naturally like that. They don't joke with it, and you don't want to joke with them with that. If you have any problem with your husband, take care of that problem and don't use sex to punish that, because that could fail you or backfire. If you don't give it to him, he will find a means of getting it. And if you're giving it to him, find out exactly how he likes it. I've made video of this before. Find out exactly how he likes to be satisfied. You owe him that. That's why he married you. This is outside children. That you have children together should not be what is tying your family or your marriage together. Marriage is different. Marriage relationship is different from children relationship. Separate your marriage ties from your children to be the only reason what is tying your marriage. Make your marriage fun by satisfying your husband. And don't even do it to be denying your husband sex. Don't use it to fight, because that is not a good weapon to fight with. This has caused so many problems in home breaking, in divorce. We want to take this very, very serious. Try to open up yourself. It is as serious as that God himself have to advise me and you not to joke to any man with this. And that is why he said you should not even reject, you should not even deny, or you don't owe your body, he owns it. And the Bible wants you and I from denying our husbands that. So please, my sister, make sure that this does not come to be a barrier. If you are in the character of using sex to fight your husband, drop it, because it's a bad weapon. When it backfires by failing you or making your husband cheat on you, it is your fault, not his. But when you do your best, do everything you can, and he cannot say that that is his problem, leave the rest for God. 3 is extramarital affair. Men are so selfish that they can cheat on you. It won't mean anything. They will beg you and they will expect you to forgive. But if you try it for once, for the rest of their life, they will never forget and forgive it. Even when they do, maybe they love you so much, it will never leave their mind. It will always be there and itching them, and that can drive a man crazy. It can make him run away from you. If he didn't do it at a time, maybe for certain situation, either he don't have money or he don't have the opportunity, the moment he have the opportunity to be okay out there without you, he is going to go. And then you begin to wonder, what did you do? What happened again? It has been that long time act. They don't forget. I don't want to encourage you doing that. If you have ever or intend, make sure that your husband did not know the truth that you actually did it. Secondly, it is a sin before God. So, but normally between you and your husband, I am telling you how they feel naturally about it. Men feel threatened because a man can have sex anywhere, even without an affection, without loving the person. But it's not the same thing with you. They understand us that a woman naturally opens her body to a man when there's an affection, when she loves. So he is selfishly particular about the affection you have opened up to have allowed that to happen. That is where his problem is. And it's hard for them to forget. So if that has happened between married couple, it can lead the man of abandoning the marriage at any time. It might be after some years, and people will be wondering what happened. That was what happened. 4, appreciation. Men love to be appreciated. Do you appreciate your man? When a man feels that he is not appreciated by his wife, he feels empty. He feels bad. And that can drive them crazy. It can make them feel inferior. Inferiority complex comes in. Jealousy comes in, biting. He will never be satisfied with whatever you're doing, and it makes them feel really bad. And it can make a man go away from you. The moment he finds any woman that appreciates him out there, the moment he sees any woman, the moment he sees any woman that tells him, oh, you are so handsome. How you doing? You're so cute. I love the way you behave. I like the way you talk. I like the way you call my name. You are losing your husband though. He is gone, and he will not tell you the secret behind his action. And you are the cause. You failed to do your assignment. You failed to appreciate him. You failed to tell him how good he is. You failed to tell him how good he has been satisfying you up there on your bed. You failed to tell him how nice he has been to you. You failed to appreciate every little thing that he has done that would have swollen his head. Someone, the moment they appreciate him, he is gone. They are like babies. What they see is what they think. Men are attracted to shiny things. And once anybody flashes that shiny things in their head, most of them don't get to think of a second thought. They're gone. Appreciation is very, very important with them. Always appreciate your man. Even if he is not the type that always appreciates you, teach him how to show appreciation. Teach him how to say, hey, oh babe, I love you. Say it to him. Appreciate him. When he do little things to you, for you, appreciate him. Some men even help their wife in doing domestic work. How much do you appreciate him highly? Make him feel like he is the best man on earth. Make him feel like if not for him. Make him feel that you wouldn't have loved any other man if not him. Make him feel like he is a great king. He will come back home feeling, I have my queen right there. Work on appreciating your husband. They love it. And this can be responsible to losing your marriage if it is not checked. Try your best on this point. If you do your best and your husband is that selfish not to appreciate and see all what you've been doing, leave the rest for God. 5 will be empty. When a man feels empty in his marriage, he is gone. What could make a man feel empty in his marriage? One could be if he is not privileged enough like you. He wants to be the head. He wants to be the one controlling things. If he don't have those opportunities, he feels empty. Secondly, if you are the type that always remind your husband how he is not useful, how he is less privileged on things, how he is not educated, how he don't speak well, how he don't make enough money. If you are the type that compare your husband with another man, it makes them feel empty. And that can be horrible in their brain. It could make him go. It could make him go away anytime he have the chance to do that. It could make him make a drastic decision that maybe he wouldn't have even do. It is very important. Do not give the room of making your husband feel empty, because he is not made. He is not made to be empty. The moment he begins to feel empty, you're losing him. If you have the opportunity to fight for him to build his self-ego, build himself as a man, no matter how little, if you have access, try to work to help him to get the access. If you can help him get a job, if you can help him get a skill, if you can help him build his education, if you can help him get some opportunities, don't fail to do that. Don't always feel control that you should be the one being praised as the queen. No, you can't be a queen without a king. And what makes a queen is the king. Always help your husband, your man, to be a king and not feel empty. Because I believe that a woman cannot be respected without a husband. If your husband is an empty man, I don't know how you could feel that you are not empty too. Because he made you. Presenting him is what makes you a beautiful queen. I don't see any woman many women does it. You see them coming out looking flashy, elegant, and when you see their husband, he is a trash. When you see their husband, it's obvious that you are not doing your best. Do your best. When you have done your best and the husband is not trying, leave the rest for God. Second to the last is number 6, attraction. Attraction, yes, you have to always look attractive to your husband. Listen, when your husband married you, he came to you the first time because he was attracted to you. Even if your husband did not meet you directly, maybe somebody introduced him to you. He found you attractive when you were introduced to him and say, yeah, I like this person. Oh yeah, I love this one. That's attraction. Something attracted him. Maybe your behavior, maybe your look. Obviously, the look is the first to attract before he will get to know your behavior, right? That first attraction, don't lose it. Don't feel laid back. Don't feel I got him now, I'm married to him, I have kids, what else? No, there are so many S. You have to keep doing your best to look attractive to him. Do your best, no matter how poor, no matter how little you have, the little you have, try your best to always look attractive for your husband. Be clean. Look clean. Keep yourself clean. Make your husband feel inviting when he sees you. Let your presence invite him to yourself, to your presence, to your body, to your love. Let him build intimacy. Don't make that intimacy of attraction go. Don't make that first appearance go. Always do your best to look attractive to your husband, no matter how many children you have. It is very important. Try to put yourself together. Always do your best. Don't think, now I'm married, now I have kids, what else? Who are they? Who am I owing? What do I have to do again? You have a lot to do. You have a lot you are owing to that king that married you. No matter your age, auntie, sister, my friend, try your best to always look attractive to your husband. The older, the sweeter the marriage should be. Yes, of course, do your best. And as long as you're doing your best, God always bless our best. Lastly, number 7, love. Always show your husband love. Lack of love have made so many homes break. Your husband might go if you don't show him love. You will show your husband love in so many ways that you're there alone, taking care of yourself and your kids is enough love. But personally, commitment to him, showing him love. Always treat your husband like your first child. Yeah, your husband is your first child. Always care for him. Look after him. Know what he's doing. Know what he wants. Know what is bothering him. Shower him with love. Cook his best meal. Always show him surprises. Invite him. Let him be invited in the home. Everywhere he is, at work, at business place, let him know that he is always invited in your life to come and be loved. To come because you're there waiting for him. Let him feel that you're there every time. No matter how little, they will value it. And men like to be loved. Men like to be loved. Men like to be respected. Respect your husband. Love him. Put yourself to be attracted to him. All right? When you do all those things, give him equal sex. Always show him the new side, new things. Ask him. Let him tell you. Discuss it. Talk about it. Don't be ashamed. That is one of the ingredients, and it's still one of the things that will make him go, even you not knowing the reason. And he might not even be able to discuss all of these to anybody, to tell him that this is the main thing that is responsible, what is making my behavior change, and the reason why I'm gone now. We might not be able to hear all of that. Now nagging is coming in, misbehaviors are coming in. We are talking about only those naggings and misbehaviors because something is causing those things. There is always cause before an effect. Something has happened before. It is now showing up obviously for us to see that something is wrong. Something is responsible to it. So those things that are responsible are one of those part of the 7 things that we have discussed now, and we want to pay attention to it. One of them, I want to control my husband. It is a no-no. Do not control your husband. Always give your husband sex. Don't deny him sex. This is a very bad thing that God and man condemns. Don't use it as a fight. Okay? Extramarital affair. Don't cheat on him. It is a very bad thing before man and God. Even if he is doing it, if you try it as a woman, your own will be worse. Well, that is, unfortunately, that is what it is. They will not forget it. A man don't want to stand that another man slept with his wife. It is natural in them. I don't know. Appreciation. Always appreciate your husband. Appreciate him in so many ways, whatever it is. Try to find a way to appreciate your husband, to know that you highly esteem him. All right? Emptiness. Do not let your husband feel empty at any time. Always making him feel that he is the best king and the highest. Me, I want to tell you, I've never compared my husband with any man. No man, number one, is more handsome than my husband. No man is more intelligent than my husband. No man is richer than my husband. And I cannot respect you when I can't respect my husband. Personally, that is me. I am the king wife. If my husband wronged me today, that I have to leave him, I need to disengage and be for another king. Because I am owned by a king. So my husband is my king. I've always fought to provide every platform that will make my husband look great and make him feel like he is the man he's supposed to have assets. He's supposed to be this and that. I push him. I motivate him. Even things he feels he can't. I make him feel reasons why he should know that he should be able to do it and that he can do it. And guess what? It has not been easy. It takes persistent patience to do it. And you can only do it if you love him. If you love him, there's nothing you cannot forgive of him. There's nothing you can tolerate of him. And you will keep fighting until he do it. If you love your husband like he is your first child, your child, you can never reject him. No matter how wayward, no matter how bad he is, you will always know that this is my son and it is my responsibility to take care of him. Sometimes he will make you cry, make you even want to regret of having him as a child, but you won't say too much. And you will always cry, talk to God to help you with this son that you don't know what to do, and you will beg for God for wisdom so you can help your child. See your husband the same way. When you see your husband doing wrong things, pray for him. Find means of helping him to realize that what he's doing is going to hurt him, hurt his family, and it's not going to be good for him. Keep talking to him. He might change, and he will never forget in a hurry what you're doing, and that you are his second mother, and he will love you for that. Most women are failing this point, but I don't want to deny the fact that some men still hurt their wife no matter what they do for them. They will just block their mind. We have few men of that, even though there are many now. But those men, we know the kind of person they are. They already lose their mind for for their conscience. Their conscience is no more working even for themselves. So when you fell a victim to this kind of situation, when you find yourself in such situation, pray to God. If you have done your best, leave the rest for God. I want to conclude by saying attraction. Always try your best to look attractive for your husband. It is very important. It will help your marriage. And it's one of the things that have made men leave their wife when they no longer find their wife attractive. Most men like things that shines in their eyes. Even if you remove it, they will forget how it was shining. They just want it to be shining, and it's easy to attract them with their hey. They don't mumugo before they realize that this is not even the original, is fake, not good. They already made a mistake. So to help him avoid this mistake, always try to put yourself in the position that your husband should always find you attractive. Love. Shower him with love. Show him love. That is why he married you. To show him love. That is why he owns you. That is why you are his own. That is why he is committed to you. That is why he left every other woman and want to have his own. That he called him his own. To show him love, pamper him like a child. And this is mine now. Don't deny him that. If you deny him that, it makes them feel crazy. And it can make them make a mistake of leaving you when you're not ready. So if you are failing in all those things, don't be confused. It is a fact you should pay attention to. If you fail to pay attention to it, the opposite might happen. Don't ask too much questions. But I pray that you'll be a wise woman. Listen, I invest so much personally in myself with wisdom. I've always loved women that invest in being brave, being intelligent. I know we are imperfect. We cannot all be perfect. We invest in yourself, invest in your wisdom, build your knowledge, Don't be part of those women that go about discussing their home, their marriage, their husband with other people. Women are known to be intelligent. Are you part of those intelligent women? You need to do the best. Be the best of you. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your husband. Be proud of your marriage. Love him. Show him love. Don't discuss him negatively to people. To your fellow women. Some women are known to be giving very bad advice that will ruin you. And those advice they are giving you, they don't do the same. They do the opposite. What they're saying, God forbid, I cannot. They have experienced what is worse than that, and they tolerated it. What they're saying, why would you tolerate this? Do this to him. Maybe their husband is doing worse than that, or if it was them, they won't do what they're advising you to do. But me, generally, I would say, please stop discussing your husband with somebody. Discuss your husband with God if there's any problem. If it is more than what you can handle, talk to his parents, his family. Look for a trusted friend, a trusted, responsible friend who can talk to him and talk sense in him. There must be one. Think about one if it's something you can handle alone. Because problem shared is problem solved. The reason I said this is that it's not always good to bring a third party to marriage. But there are some situations that it is only a third party that can help two of you. There must be some responsible person around your circle or around his circle that might help you. Above all, always talk to God about those problems. You might be surprised how he will solve it. If your husband is doing something very wrong, talk to God. I want to tell you an experience. A friend told me this. He is the type that is a cosmate. He is the type that womanizes. And he traveled, he's not with his wife, so he have all the freedom to always be womanizing. So the wife is not with him. But listen, anytime he finds a woman that he wants to cheat on his marriage on, something will always go wrong. My phone keep getting notifications. Something will always go wrong. And the relationship will break. Either he will not succeed or something will always show up and he won't succeed in cheating. And then it keep going on and on. So at the time he asked himself, are you sure my wife is not doing something? I asked him like what? He said my wife prays too much. Maybe it's my wife prayer that is causing all this. Did you see this? So it is a mere talk, but this is a fact. Sometimes your prayers might be helping to solve something that you cannot have control over. Your prayers can help you destroy that person that is coming to destroy your marriage. Just put confusion between them. You don't know what happened and you didn't cause it. You don't know how it happened. It might be your prayer. That is why it is very important to sincerely always take your issues, problems to God. He will always find a means, somewhere, somehow, to solve it for you and remain peace for you. Provide peace for you that you don't have to be afraid. What can you and I control without God? I don't see what. But with God, you can go be sleeping. When it happens, talk to him first before any other person, because he solves every problem. I believe in that, and I'm telling you what works for me, what have been working for me, and what I believe in. I love you guys. I will talk to you next time, and until then, we see. And please share my video, support my channel, like, comment, share it to your contacts, share it to people. Okay, when you do that, you're supporting me, and you will be blessed for supporting somebody like me. I love you guys. Please show me love by supporting me and sharing this video. I love you so much and I can't stop saying it. Bye.